Hey guys, happy May 9th, 2026. Can't believe it's May already. Anyway, so someone posted a comment on one of my Onefinity videos. Why do all the Onefinities have bearing noises? Well, I'm here to help you out with that. You know, if that's your problem or you're interested. But let's look at the mechanics of this real quick. And honestly, I've been an auto tech for 26 years now. I know what is abnormal and what's not as far as bearings go. A lot of cam bearings, crank bearings, rod bearings, wheel bearings, transmission output shaft bearings, and so on. But I'm going to tell you that this is the Onefinity Elite Gen 2 Journeyman. So you've got a lot of these ball screws for the X and Y axis, and they're not supported by design. They can't be. So you're going to hear a little bit of a ting from those as they bounce around a little bit. It's just the nature of the beast. I had a Shapeoko machine that used belts. Sorry about that, I kicked the tripod. That used belts, and they were very quiet because there was technically no mechanical action taking place. But the belts stretch, they require a lot of adjustment, and they break, and if they're not tight enough, they skip. And the belt system, in my opinion, is absolutely a nightmare. Anyway, this Onefinity machine, I've cut some tests on because I'm still learning Carveco Create, which they include with this machine. Carveco Maker, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm thinking of a different software. Carveco Maker, and it does have a steep learning curve. There's a lot of nuances that you've got to get used to so that you can kind of work through it without a hitch. But anyway, this video is about the noise, bearing noise that I keep hearing about. And I did watch a video, and this guy was extremely disappointed in his Onefinity. But I'm gonna be honest, I really think, and he used a Onefinity stand, so you would think that that would be square, corner to corner, but I'm not sure how this guy put it together. He's a software engineer. He's admittedly so got a little bit of mechanical ability, and he relied on the manufacturer to sell him a good product without a hitch, without any problems. And we all know, especially this day and age, that's not the case. You're always going to have some kind of an issue. But anyway, back to what this video is about. I put this together. I built the table on top of, believe it or not, an old picnic table. And I really took my time to make sure that everything was square. Corner to corner, I'm off less than a 1/16 of an inch. And if you're off a little bit, you're going to have a lot of stress on the moving parts, the stepper motors, and the ball screws, and so on and so forth. And just like us, when we get stressed out, we tend to be loud. So you can't expect anything less from a machine. But what we're going to do is we're going to run this with the joystick controller. It's actually, I believe, I'm not an Xbox guy, but I think it's an Xbox controller. I ordered it with the machine, and it's a godsend. It actually works really good to put your bit at the beginning of your cut. So anyway, we're going to run this, and let's see what happens. Actually, I have this on Ultra. I'm going to change it to Fast, because if you go past the end limits, you're going to get an error, and then I'm going to be stuck. And if the lighting is terrible, I apologize. I'm out in my workshop and I'm getting a new garage door installed, and then I'm going to hang some new lighting. So that's it. And like I said, I really tried my best to make sure this was square, and I did oil everything per Onefinity's recommendations, and that's easy to find on their website under maintenance. But what I'm looking for is, and I don't want to say speed, but I am looking for speed and accuracy. I've only made a couple of cuts on this, probably 6 or 8 to date, and using Carveco Maker, I used Carbide Create prior to this, so it was a huge learning curve with Carveco Maker, and that's their bottom line. But I'm trying to learn the software, trying to learn the machine, and it's a learning curve. So this is something that I made as a test. And it came out exactly as designed. I mean, exactly. That's raised text just cut out of a solid piece of wood, so you don't have to glue text down or anything like that. And I've really got high hopes for this machine. And Missy is my girl's name, so hopefully she doesn't see this because she'll be all weirded out. But anyway, this is what I made. And I looked at it closely, and there's no cleaning. It's a mana bit. And believe it or not, it was a 1/4-inch bit that did the recess and carved out the text. And if I would have painted it and then cleaned up the top, yeah, just like it says, one machine, infinite possibilities. Yeah, it's limited by your imagination. But I'm going to tell you, the sounds that I hear from this machine, the stepper motors, the ball screws, and so on and so forth, are 100% acceptable. And I kind of have to say that I attribute that to making sure that it's square, corner to corner especially. But anyway, guys, I don't want to bore you with this. I'm in love with this machine, and I'm learning Carveco Maker, and I'm starting to fall in love with that. It's like your first date. You kind of like her, but you kind of don't. But yeah, I'm really happy with this, and I just wanted to put to bed some of these people that are saying, oh, they have all these ball screw problems and these bearing problems. And well, I've not experienced this. And this is a machine that I bought with my own money. I didn't receive this as a gift or as a please review our machine or anything else. So yeah, guys, I'm telling you, attention to detail when you're assembling it, and I can't imagine that you can't be good to go. Guys, enjoy your day, and we'll talk soon. Take care.